All right, folks. Hello. Welcome to OTD, also known as On the Deck, where you can get all the sports you need in 10 minutes. My name is Adam Orduna. This is my mom, Gina.
He's the journalist.
And she's the enthusiast.
I must be enthusiastic because I'm sitting out here in the snow and the cold with you today.
It is cold, and we told you we're going to be out here in the elements, and we are out in the elements
really
today.
On back deck for real. And it snowed yesterday.
It snowed, and the temperature dropped, and so
cold.
I don't know if you guys can see our breath, but I can see my breath, and it's cold. So
I'm also enthusiastic about the topic.
Okay.
It's Heisman time.
Yes, we have reached that point in the year where now the Heisman Trophy winner for college football, the FBS level, is going to be announced this weekend on Saturday. And so we have 5 players this year. Last year we had 3.
Yes.
And so we're going to name those people off, and then we'll talk about them a little bit, and then we'll make our predictions on who we think is going to win. So,
well, wait, before you do that, I want to take full credit because I criticized him for having 3 last year, and I said you should have 5, at least 4 or 5. It's 5.
Well, they listened to you, and we got 5 this year, and we've got 3 quarterbacks, 1 defensive player, and 1 receiver. So to start us out, we got Lamar Jackson out of Louisville, who's been a great player all year, just been awesome to watch. He's super exciting, and I think he's one of the best, if not the best player in college football right now. We also have Baker Mayfield coming out of Oklahoma, the quarterback, the gunslinger, Mr. Lightning Bolt himself in a bottle at the quarterback position. He's been great, been really the MVP for almost the whole Big 12, the whole conference. His name alone has really helped them still have the power that they normally have. And then we also have Deshaun Watson coming out of the ACC from Clemson, who was in it last year, who I thought was going to win it. I had picked him to win it, but he's back in it this year and has his team playing great football. Then we go to the Big Ten, coming out of Michigan, Jabril Peppers, Mr. Utility himself, playing all sorts of positions: safety, corner, linebacker, kick return, punt return. They got him playing receiver and everything on the field. So he's been a really big impact for their team.
Utility is the right word.
Yes, and then we have, last but not least, the receiver out of the group, D.D. Westbrook, coming out of OU as well. Literally the best receiver in college football. Top 5 talent as far as an outside threat. Will have a great NFL career. And so we're really excited to have those 5 players, those young gentlemen, going to New York and enjoying themselves and representing their schools and their families. And so it's an exciting time because we made it to this point in time of the season.
Well, it's really nice because we've talked a lot about how college athletes don't get paid and blah, 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 blah. This is one of those times where not only do they get recognized, I love the Heisman presentation because they do really nice backstories on them, and the moms get to be there, or the grandma, or you know, the dad, or whatever, and you really get to see the family behind, the family behind the man, and that's a really important part. That's one of those little it's not little, but it's one of the recognitions that these kids deserve. I wish all the kids could get that, but it's really nice that you have that for the Heisman, which is why I argued it shouldn't just be 3 kids every year.
Sure, exactly. No, I agree, and I think when you expand it, it allows other people to have that opportunity. And if they're representing themselves and the school, there's no reason for them to not have a chance to win the Heisman. And if they are putting up the numbers and they are the dynamic player that they've been all year, they should go to New York. And so it's awesome.
You know who's not going to be in New York? 2 of the former names that people mentioned preseason and certainly even last year, Leonard Fournette and Christian McCaffrey, will not be in New York because they are not only not up for the Heisman, both of them have decided that they're quitting on their teams and they are going to declare for the draft. They're not even playing in their bowl games. So that was kind of a shocker. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I think when you throw the word quit out there, it kind of has a bad connotation. But, you know, it's their own personal choice. No one knows really what their personal life is, and so maybe they have to make a decision, but it does kind of rub people the wrong way when you end the season before the season, if that makes sense. And so especially when they're such dynamic players, when they're such key players for their team, it does kind of look bad when you're saying, hey, I'm good, I've got mine. But I guess I'm more on the fact that, hey, if there is an opportunity and you do know, hey, this may be one chance to really get myself ready and prepared for the NFL, then you just have to do what you have to do. But yeah, I can definitely see why people may feel like, hey, that's not maybe the way you should go out on your last game.
Well, to me, why this
season.
is relevant to the Heisman is because I'm wondering if either of those young men were candidates for the Heisman this year, would they be, oh, I've declared for the draft and I'm not playing? Maybe, maybe not, because the Heisman's given out before the bowl games. But honestly, Adam, for me, I do feel like they're quitting on their teams. And everybody's like, oh, don't go there and get hurt. It's just a useless bowl game. Well, do the bowl games matter or not? And to me, you can get hurt at any point in the season. You didn't quit on the last game of the regular season. You've got a line that's been blocking for you. Quarterbacks have been throwing for you. Special team guys, defensive guys. People have been pouring their heart out. And you're an integral part of your team. And now you're going to be like, well, I got to get mine and take care of me. I understand all that. Go make your money. But don't let down your team either, because some of those guys aren't going to the league. Maybe all they're going to get is that bowl ring, and you are a big part of that. So for me, honestly, I don't love it. I wish they would play it out and finish with their team. But now let's talk about the people who are going to be in New York
Correct.
And are going to play in the bowl game with their team.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and talk about Lamar Jackson. I like Lamar Jackson. I do think he's going to win the Heisman this year. I think he has been the most dynamic player. He's been the best player in college football all year. And I know there's other quarterbacks and other players, but I just think there hasn't been anyone like him this year. And so I think, therefore, he's going to win it. And we still have Baker Mayfield. We still have Deshaun Watson. We have Jabril Peppers. And then we have D.D. Westbrook. What are your thoughts on some of these other guys?
Well, I'm going to start with the receiver and the utility guy. I think it's hard for those positions to win Heismans, especially if you're a defensive guy. Even though you are a utility guy, I love the fact that we've got him in there. I think he really encompasses the spirit of what the Heisman is. Somebody who is the most important part of that team. Who, it's almost, it's like the MVP. Who's the most impactful player to the team? I love that. But I'm going to tell you, as much as I love Deshaun Watson as well and Lamar Jackson, I think with Heisman voters, those two are going to cancel each other out. And I'm telling you, my dark horse to win it is Baker Mayfield. I think the guy has put the team on his back. He did last year, and he carried them through this year, a year where the Big 12 was being largely maligned as, weak and we're underperforming. But week after week, this guy came out and put up numbers that were crazy.
Yes.
And so I think that it might be Baker Mayfield.
It could be, and that's a great pick. He is a dark horse candidate, and you hate to say a dark horse candidate, but it is a possibility that he really could steal the Heisman this year. And so we will see what happens. I think guys like Jabril Peppers from Michigan, who are players that do a lot of things for their team, deserve the recognition that they get. D.D. Westbrook probably will be in last place, but he's another player that has a chance. He's the most electrifying receiver right now, the #1 receiver in college football. And then, we all know Deshaun Watson. He already has an award this year, the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, so he's not coming away empty-handed. And so I think it really is more of a two-man race in my eyes between Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson. Baker's coming back next year. He's already said that, so I think that may play into some voters' hands. But at the end of the day, I just think Lamar Jackson is the one who has been the leader, and I think he will close it out this year as well.
I have one last question for you. Do you think that what has happened to Michigan in terms of getting left out of the quote-unquote playoff, which is basically just a semifinal chosen by 12 people, but do you think that might have a little impact with some of the Heisman voters, and that how would it take the sting out of it a little for Michigan if they come away with a Heisman Trophy winner this year?
I think it may make it worse, because I think what it does do is it adds to the fact that, hey, we have a Heisman Trophy winner on our team and we still got left out of the playoffs. And so I don't know how people would react to that.
Well, think about Oklahoma's got two Heisman candidates up and they're out.
Yeah, it's a consolation prize that only one individual gets out of that whole thing when the whole team is getting punished for not getting selected. So I don't really know. I think it's a good thing for him as a player, but I think it would hurt people to know that, hey, we should have been in, and we even have the Heisman Trophy winner on our team, and we still didn't get in.
Well,
so we'll see how that goes.
We'll see. I would like to see Michigan get a little something. I'm still picking Baker Mayfield, but I think they might enjoy it if they got the Heisman, because we all know they're getting cheated out of being in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but that's another story.
They are, and we'll see how that goes as well. And the Heisman Trophy ceremony is this Saturday, and so we're really excited for that. And we'll just see what happens here.
We'll come back Monday where we see I was wrong.
Exactly.
I'm always wrong,
well, we just want to say we appreciate your time, and we hope to see you guys next time. And stay tuned, folks. We'll see you later. All right.